did you three even get up here? Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 17 of the Realm SMP. We started off today's episode by doing a little preliminary work on the islands. I just had a few things I had to clean up, mainly for my fellow server mates messing with my stuff as usual. Ow. I originally planned on putting an island down there, but I've kind of decided against it now. I don't think it's going to work very well down there. So I've just gone ahead and removed it. It got blown up by the others anyway, so it's kind of like whatever. So the TNT used to explode that island, kind of ricocheted up into my tower island here, and so I had to patch that up too. And then finally my to-do list was missing, so I've gone ahead and reinstated that. And I've actually filled it out again, because I feel like we need a bit of guidance. We've kind of been all over the place recently. But before we get into that, I do want to mention a few other things that have changed at my base, thanks to my server mates. These were present last episode, I've gone ahead and since removed them, but I believe it was fairest to put some TNT underneath my islands. I've just gone through and removed those finally. Also out of the fairest thing, I believe he has been leaving cameras around my base. I do not support spying. And there's a crazy amount of these cameras. Like there's one here, there's one right here. I know that there's one here in this tree, yeah, right there. I've been finding these for a while now and I just haven't bothered cleaning them up. But since we're cleaning up the island this episode, I guess now's a good time. I gotta like double check all these places. Like there's definitely one in here somewhere. Ah, here. I'm shocked they didn't put it in the attic. I think there's definitely a spot there for it. Missed opportunity, fairest. That being said, don't do that. Someone has also removed my map of the aliens. I'll have to reinstate that, I reckon. I gotta update these maps anyway. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but he's also been taking all of my beds. I gotta keep them on me now, they just disappear. I think that's most of them. Oh, no, I see one actually. I'm not gonna worry too much about finding all the cameras because I'm sure I'm gonna be finding them for ages, and for all I know, you could still be actively adding them in, so it's kind of like whatever. I'll be holding on to these though. Maybe I can find a use for them at some point. I also want to check up on my good pal, the cactus, for episode 15, and I must say, he's not looking too good. This has been a kind of a slow ongoing process, but it's definitely sped up in recent days. Those who don't know, I built this cat.
Can I help you?
Speaking of the culprit of this, I've come to see
culprit of it. You built this. You've
destroyed it. The poor cactus. This is so inhumane.
I'm getting rid of it.
Its eyes falling off.
Yeah, product of the TNT. I don't know what to tell you. Explosions, they happen.
Why are you so well dressed?
Oh, I forgot to change out of my clothes.
What happened to the melon?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Its eyes falling off.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It is. I know. Calm down. It'll be removed shortly. Well, I don't know how shortly. We're currently in the middle of an investigation.
An investigation?
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, here, follow me.
Shall we look around?
We've halted the deconstruction of the westernmost wall because we need to observe the melon. As you can see, in reality, it's a melon. Look
It's
at this.
a melon?
Look at this. We have evidence
I can't
here.
believe all along.
The cactus was actually a melon.
Think about. Look, we
What
got our
cactus?
workers on it,
Oh my god.
observing.
Even I didn't know that.
I know, it's crazy. And like, I even got a big telescope up there.
Is that what that is? I thought that was a drill.
It might be repurposed. Well,
Okay.
only time will tell. But
It's very
as of right now,
drill-shaped.
we had to add an extra support thing for it, 'cause apparently it's too heavy for scaffolding. After we lost 3 people, we knew.
We lost 3. Where are they?
They've been repurposed.
What?
Yeah, you can't lose good parts. Their sacrifices will be remembered in the 15-minute lunch break I give them.
Wow.
Anyways, I was gonna say, have you seen these goobers? They're investigating.
I don't know. That's the one thing I'll give these robots. As much as I would, like I said, I would break them down immediately if they were in my hands. But
Yeah.
they are really
Ooh, I
expendable.
left my box here. As you can see, this one's looking through the spyglass.
Yeah.
We got one in the tank here, you know?
Yeah.
We gotta
Examining it.
analyze.
Uh-huh.
We got our best guys on the job, and then this guy's at the computer looking at
What's
all
Rodney
the detail.
up to?
What makes them the
Rodney
best?
in all this?
Rodney's still back working on the shields.
Should we not have Rodney looking into this?
Rodney's
I
not
don't
a
wanna-
scientist.
No, Rodney's not a big science person.
He's just the manager.
He's just the manager, yeah.
Okay.
So as of now, we've also been collecting some of the bits here. You know,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Sorry, is it
a lot of
like
stuff
molding?
here.
What is going on with the lichen on the sides?
I'm not really sure. I think it's rotting.
Why is the okay, if that's the case, why is the lichen on the spikes?
I don't know. See, this is why we're looking into its chemistry, its atomical nature. We need to understand.
Is this an anomaly?
It might be an anomaly.
I know who to call if it's an anomaly. I hope this doesn't have any like greater issues for the world.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty poor.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be fine. Like
Hopefully.
most things.
Yeah. I mean, they're still the Martians.
Only time will
That's
tell.
going okay.
Yeah, they scared us for a minute there.
Yeah.
They
They haven't really done
chill pill.
anything. Yeah. Skulk's kind of the same way. I feel like there's a lot of issues in the server that just kind of, if we leave them, they just kind of stop.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know
Cole
if
being
that'll-
around.
What? Like, my question is like, how do the eyes work? Because it just kind of fell off.
They
Like-
might be edible.
Was it like
Maybe
googly
they're
eyes
like,
or something?
Maybe they're like googly eyes.
Yeah, they're like googly eyes. Did you say they're edible, Trevor? Take a bite.
You know, like those faux.
I'm not legally responsible for what happens.
Look away. It's kind of making me.
Oh, okay.
Man, my
Yeah,
bad.
no, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
And
It tastes like nothing. It tastes like rock. I don't know if it's edible. Yet.
Rock.
think it's fake then? I don't know what I put on your land.
Rock. Dude, where did you get this thing?
I bought it off eBay.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. How
Free
much?
shipping.
B-Bay, I thought it was.
B-Bay.
eBay. I bought it from
Oh, I
eBay.
see.
There you go.
Sherbert?
Sherbert? That's not
Sherbert,
yours.
I'm noticing a missing beacon. Where?
Sherbert, come
going on,
back. What? Sherbert?
Where, Sherbert?
Sherbert?
Where'd he get? Where'd he
What
go?
the? I don't see him.
You did. Sherbert, get back here. Put it down.
Put it
No!
down! Get him!
Don't!
I got this.
You flanked him. Get him.
Whoa! Whoa!
Shoot
This is your
him!
last chance.
I'll
Take
put
him
it
down! Anti-air!
I'll put it down. Hey, stop chasing me. We've
Put
done
it
this
down!
before.
We have!
We've done this before. We've done this before. Leave me alone.
You're not getting away from me this time.
I'm getting away.
Sherbert!
Stop.
Sherbert!
He already left. He stopped chasing.
Sherbert!
He stopped chasing. He stopped. Go away. I know you don't care about this beacon. Go away. Wait, there's another one there.
No! Oh! Oh! Eris,
Oh, hey. What's going
here
on?
you go.
Oh, lovely. Good. I was looking for that.
Yeah, I just found it in the river.
Oh, in the river. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's such
I
a
don't know
weird
how I don't know how I
spot.
ended up there. Oh, I forgot I had this on. We'll just go ahead and put that with the rest of the heads. Don't mind those, please. Anyway, after that slight distraction, I think it's time to get into the actual meat of today's episode. But first, we gotta talk about kind of my plan for the future. So obviously, the Realm SMP has been a bit quiet the past few months on my end, and I apologize for that once again. But I really do want to get cracking on some of these projects and start to get some actual solid work done. I mean, to be fair, we have some really solid work done. Overall, I think this may be one of my favorite builds I've ever done in Minecraft, which is not, saying much. I haven't done too many crazy builds in Minecraft. But something about the flying islands and the air armada too. I mean, I don't see these two builds necessarily being permanent, but they're cool little additions for now. Maybe we'll leave them. We'll see. I left the pool there. Yeah, I think the Sky Islands overall look very nice, and they're gonna look even better after today's episode. I got some good stuff planned. So with that being said, the floating islands aren't our only project, so I kind of want to re-hone our focus and just get a wide view of like what all we have to get done, because there's quite a bit, and I think I may have even forgotten a few things, honestly. I have more plans that I want to do. I just don't know if I'll have time in this world. That being said, we have plenty of time left in this world, so I mean, I may have time if I just like actually work on it consistently. Big ask though. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the reinstated to-do list. So first of all, this is not in any particular order. We are going to be tackling the Floating Islands revamp today, which isn't as big as it sounds. That's a bit misleading. Eventually, maybe next episode, with the final 2 islands of the Sky Island base. I think we may actually end up doing one of them today, which is very exciting. It's been a while since I've actually done an island, so I'm excited to get back into it. Oh. Anyway, we also have to expand the Japanese village, which if you guys don't remember, is over by the Tag Tower. I have some pretty decent plans for this area over here. It's just a nice little side project that I've really been wanting to work on, and I think it could be really, really cool if I do it right. Who built this staircase? Anyway, next up on the list will be the Industrial District decor. So basically, well, one, we're going to expand the Industrial District. There's more farms we want to make this season. But I also want to put casings on them, make them look nice, just spiffy the area up. Because right now, it's just a bunch of farms. and I want it to be like an actual place to go and build, and like maybe put everything inside of warehouses and stuff. I got ideas. It could be really cool, but I'm nowhere near ready for that. Okay, so shopping district. This is more of kind of a passive thing that we'll do over time. We'll also be tackling a bit of this today. Just whenever, you know, just generally building up the shopping district. We actually don't even have a single functional shop yet, besides the admin store. But that's not really making me any profit, is it? Maybe in a few episodes we'll finish those buildings I was supposed to finish. And then lastly is my so-called mega base for the season. Because I got level with you guys. This was always meant to be the starter base. It's still my fault that we're living here almost 10 months into the server and it's not even done. I'm not gonna give you guys any more details on the mega base right now because it's for all I know, it may not even happen. It's gonna be a pretty decently big undertaking. It's gonna be the Sky Islands, but turned up to 10. Oh, and so I don't get like harassed at all by any of my server mates. Don't worry, there is actually a secret 7th item on the to-do list. Yeah, do the railway at some point, I guess. I don't know. Don't worry, guys. The railway will be done eventually. Okay, so first up, we're gonna do some shopping district shenanigans. Mainly, my fellow servants have really been wanting me to make a portal, and I should have made a portal a long time ago. So we're gonna do a portal today. The only issue is I don't really know where to put it, nor do I have any idea on what I want the portal to actually look like. Originally, I had kind of intended on putting it in this mountain and kind of having them walk out, but it appears Ferris has put his giant face in the mountain, so that's kind of ruined that idea a little bit. I guess I could put it into the side over here. I think that'd still work fine, but it's not as good as like walking out, seeing my city over there. You know, it'd work, but I don't know. It could have been better. The other option is I could add a little segment onto the city somewhere. Maybe put it right there or over in the corner here. I'm not really sure. Maybe in this area. Lots of different options we could do. I don't really know. I'm really bad at making decisions. Normally, if one couldn't make a decision, it makes sense to like flip a coin, maybe go online, use a spinner if it's not a yes or no type of thing. Yeah, I prefer more Minecrafty solutions. So I've gone ahead and put a chicken. Where's the chicken? I put a chicken in a hole with 2 options: the city portal or the mountain portal. And we're gonna grab a seed. Come to the middle, and decide. Go. Go! I think the chicken has spoken. Oh, no, you're not supposed to be in here. Wait, no. So, unfortunately, that was kind of the option I was rooting against. I know I didn't really care, but I feel like the mountain would have been a bit easier. I just don't have a ton of ideas on how to make it like a nice looking city portal. It would have been really easy to just stick it in a mountain and say, oh, we're done now. So let me go ahead and do some thinking to see if I can get an idea on an actual portal design. I'll get back with you guys shortly. Okay, it's the next day, and I think I finally have a bit of an idea on how I want to tackle this portal. I did have a conversation with Sherbert last night, and he said that he wanted this area specifically to remain open. So we're going to leave that open, and I think I'm going to put the portal over here, in this little area here. But without further ado, let me quickly get into it and get it done so we can move on to the next part of today's episode. Okay, quick progress update. I've gone and done a bit of work, maybe a bit more than a bit. We have quite the thing going here. I've been really struggling trying to make sure it's not too much gray because the road isn't coming over here, obviously. So I've kind of thrown in the greens and the lanterns. They don't really do a ton, and I still may need a few changes. That's the way it's not too much gray, but I think so far it's going okay. It'll look better once I put the trees in here. Also, for the portal itself, I came to this frame design. It's pretty basic, but I like it. I think it works nicely. It's definitely a nice sized portal. There is still a little bit I have to do, such as the sides here. I've kind of begun dealing with it, but I haven't really touched it. And I don't know if I'm just gonna leave it blank. I may leave it blank and then put trees to hide it at a later date. Let me do a bit more work and we'll catch back up with you guys in a moment. Okay, bit more work done. And look, I wanted to include this part because I don't think I include this part enough in my videos. But sometimes when I build something, typically in creative actually, it's not always what I want, or it doesn't always look great. And I think that's what's happened here. Well, first of all, I've gone ahead and added in the walls, and I think those look fine. I could definitely detail them a bit more, and I'm going to detail them a bit more. But the important thing is the trees. I tried to kind of mimic the trees I did in the park, but one, I think it'd look better if they were more in line, because they aren't. And two, I don't know. I don't think these trees are gonna work here. Figure out how to build trees by the end of the stupid server if it's the last thing I do. But that's not today, I'm afraid. So I wanted to show this part to just show everyone, you know, obviously, sometimes you gotta tear down the stuff you build if it's not quite right. So I will be right back with some different trees, and hopefully find something better. Okay, now I've done some work on the overworld side, and I've gone ahead and connected up the portal. So when you go through this, it'll take you straight to the shopping district. I haven't gotten the scaffolding to connect it to the actual nether hub yet, because scaffolding is kind of annoying to get, but I'll do that eventually. But without further ado, let's go see what I've done. And stepping straight through, it's nighttime, but it's okay. These are the trees I've decided to go with. It's a bit of a variation on both my normal oak trees and the spruce trees back at base. The spruce trees back at base have a lot of air blocks in between the leaves, something that those trees didn't really have, and I kind of regret not giving them that. It's a lot more work, but I think it looks way nicer. I was really struggling to make the full block oak logs look good in such a tight space. And then I looked up a few videos, mainly a great video by Fwip talking about how to do skinny trees, and that helped immensely with doing these things. I don't know why I didn't think of using fences sooner, but I don't know. They look nice and they work beautifully, I think. Plus we have 2 more trees through here with a nice overlook of the rest of the shopping district that isn't really built up yet. Now, I do quickly want to mention this isn't entirely done. The sides will need some work, and I plan on doing them eventually, but I spent too long on this project already, and we have other stuff we got to get to today. We do have some nice benches, though. Maybe next episode we'll go through and add some of the details to the streets, like some stoplights and benches and other stuff, so we can get the torch spam out of here. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention. We have some stuff being done in the city. It's a miracle. Autumn is actually currently working on it, it looks like. So it's been a few days since the competition officially started, and it looks like we were finally getting our first entry, as well as another entry here with Fairest. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Something about the RPA. No idea what the RPA stands for, but there's all sorts of this stuff. It's kind of spread out all over the place, I can't lie. With the shopping district shenanigans done for the day, it's time to turn our attention to the actual point of today's video. I feel like we've done so much today. We still have so much more to do. So I think overall the starter base is looking really, really nice. I absolutely love a majority of this stuff. I think the floating biomes are still some of the best builds I've done in Minecraft. I think the air crystal being in the middle here just ties it all together, and I love the little circular thing we have going on here. This is all good. Aramata is nice too. I still really like that build. It's not permanent, I don't think, so I'm not going to fuss too much about changing it at all. Which brings me to the subject of what we're doing today, which is the other 4 islands, as well as the small ones too. I think generally the Tower Island, the Starter Island, and maybe a bit of the To-Do List Island are a bit outdated. And these smaller islands also, we're going to be changed eventually, so I think we'll do that today. And I know we just fixed that To-Do List Island, but I think we're going to be changing it up a little bit. I just want to update the base a bit, make sure it's all pretty in line, because this has been 10 months in the making. And I feel like my building may have actually improved a bit, which is kind of cool to see, especially with the trees. I spent so much time on trees. The final boss of this stupid server for me is just trees. Everything goes back to the trees. All I see is trees. Trees falling, trees rising. I don't standing up. Like, help. I'm tired of trees. Anyway, we're going to be building a lot of trees today. First island we're going to take on is my nemesis. Now, you guys can actually go back into my old episode 4 where we built the tower, and I believe I said that I was going to rebuild this eventually, and it was only temporary because I didn't like it. And I kept it like this because at the time, I had done basically nothing but build towers in Minecraft, and I was sick and tired. But now I have a bit more under my belt, and I know how to build better towers. I think we're going to go ahead and start by fixing this up. Let's get to work. And the tower is fully redesigned. I think it looks really, really nice. but it does look a little odd. I've been used to a bigger tower being here for almost a year now, so it's a bit off-putting, and it looks a bit off-center. But I think we can fix this issue by adjusting the island around it. This was always going to be the most complicated island to revamp, but the hardest part's done. Next up, we're going to probably remove all the stones and the moss and maybe readjust it a bit. And we're going to remove these trees too, because they are going to be getting an upgrade. Alright, so it has been a few moments, but I think this island is pretty much good to go. As you guys can see, I've gone ahead and done away with the oak trees, because I think the birch trees here better contrast this tower design. And I just really like birch trees, and these look nice. I think they turned out really, really well. These may be among my favorite trees I've done so far. I swear there's no oh, I forgot I have a horse on my head. I swear there's no recency bias there. Also, I've expanded the moss throughout the island. There was a bit of moss before, but now it's a lot more prominent. Obviously, I've bone mealed the grass, and I've also added some of these azaleas. What are these called? Some of these azaleas to the island, just to have some variation. The rocks are gone, I'm afraid. I don't know if I like the rocks anymore. So we're gonna not use them as much, I don't think. Now, this island isn't 100% done because of this back section here. I need to do a path to dock, and I'm gonna redo the dock too eventually. But I just don't have time for today's episode if I want to do my other stuff, because, I mean, we're getting pretty long in length, so we gotta kind of hurry this up. But yeah, I think it looks great. I'm very happy with how the redesigns turned out, and I hope I can replicate this kind of vibe with the other two redesigns we're doing today. The next island we'll be redesigning is the to-do list island. Okay, so this clip may be out of order compared to the other clips, but just ignore that, and I'm gonna show you guys the finished to-do list island. I think it looks really, really nice, and it's really not originally what I had planned, but I kind of let my creativity like take me for a ride a little bit, and this is what we came up with. I think it looks great. So let me show you guys. So this is the new to-do list island. It's a little hard to get a good look at it from this angle, so let's just walk into it and take a closer look. So obviously we still have two of our trees here. These are different trees. They're redone. I think they look better, honestly. I like them a lot more. Here's an aerial view. Ignore the ignore the main centerpiece here. Obviously, if we go back down, the rock is no more, and the to-do list has now been added into a tree, which I think is more fitting, and the rocks are still here, don't worry. Just not the big one. I didn't really like the big one that much anyway. It looks kind of ugly. I redid it and still doesn't look that good, so I'm glad I'm just flat out redoing it now. Anyway, this is the star of the show, and it looks so good. I love how this tree turned out. I think overall it does look very nice, and it looks nice from a distance too. Ignore that. So overall, not the plan I originally had for this, but I think I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it may be my favorite island revamp that I've done today. And now that that's all been said, Pastor Doodle wanted me to tell you guys that the last island that we're going to be revamping today is my starter island, but I can't really show you what it looks like. You'll have to use your imagination, or just rewind 5 seconds, because it's already been done at this point. So we're going to go do that, and then I'll throw back to still past Medulla, who will tell you about what I've done. And we have just finished the final renovation of the final island for today. And honestly, I really, really like it. I don't know if I like it more than our to-do list island or the tower island. Actually, it's a lie. I do like it more than the tower island. But I don't know if it beats the to-do list island. But I think it still looks quite nice and quite homely, which is what the purpose of the island was way back when. It was our first island. It was my home. And it'll always have a special place in my heart, even if it's not, you know, the most major island we've ever made. But without further ado, let's get into it. As we're flying in, you can get a wonderful view on how this is supposed to look. We have a newly done willow tree, and the lake underneath it is bigger. The tree is bigger. The island is a bit bigger too, and it's a lot more forested. There's no more torches on top. There used to be torches up here. I get from way back when. I never came through and changed them. We also have some vines, which I'll have to put string under, but I'm gonna let them grow for now. So it'll be looking a little different once the vines all grown. I think it'll look a bit more, you know, fully complete, but I think even without them, it's looking pretty nice. This is the only island I use the flowering azalea blocks on, and honestly, they look, I love the little blotches of color they add, the pinks. They look amazing, as well as the rose bushes. I may add a few more different flowers as well. Like, I have one dandelion there, but I may add a few more just to get a bit more color. But otherwise, I think it looks absolutely amazing. And don't worry, we still have our little underside here. I didn't, unfortunately, update this at all. I don't know if I want to. I kind of want to leave this here as like remnants of what it used to be. Because it is special to me. And I think having this remain as is, I think it's what I want. Here's what it looks like with the other islands we have renovated, and here's what it looks like with everything. Like I said, it doesn't stand out particularly much, especially compared to the to-do-list island, but I think that's okay, because I think it does nicely tie everything together. The only things I have left to do here on all of the 3 islands I have redone, I need to add the lichen to make sure they glow at night, because that's a really important thing that I do just to make it look nice at nighttime, because nighttime is a really big part of Minecraft, so... And I like looking at builds at night especially. But anyway, I think that's definitely all we have time for in today's episode. I've used all the time and more, I'm afraid. As a quick recap for me, we started off going over the melon over in the distance there. You can't quite see it right now. But that's a little outdated, I'm afraid. We'll go over that next episode. And then we moved over to the shopping district. We did the portal. I do plan on maybe doing a bit more in the shopping district next episode, but we'll see if I have time. It's already going to be a pretty busy episode. And then finally we came over here. We started off by doing the Tower Island, which I still really love the Tower Island. And it's not completely done either. We got to do the backside. Next episode, we'll do that. Lots of stuff next episode. And then we came over here and we did... This may be my favorite island that I really did, the to-do list island. It just looks so... I didn't light up underneath here. I just really like how this all looks. And the massive tree is such a good detail. I need to get some glow ink. Maybe not as done as I thought I was. And then we ended off with doing the final remake of our first island. And it looks so nice. I'm so happy with it. I'm really happy with today's builds. They all look beautiful. Right. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. As always, goodbye.